All right, y'all, let's talk about music. Music is very influential. We all love music. We love a good song. We love a good playlist. But at its core, I believe music is very spiritual. The Bible tells a story about King Saul, and it says that he was being tormented by a harmful spirit. And it says whenever David would play the harp for him, that the spirit would leave and that the king would be refreshed. And I believe there's a very similar experience that happens whenever anybody chooses intentionally to listen to clean music. And that's for many reasons. Music evokes emotion. Music can motivate you. Music can make you cry. Music can bring you to a point of joy that makes you dance and appreciate a moment in a way that you wouldn't if you didn't have music. And I'm not against secular music. There are many great secular artists, many great secular songs, but I am against anything that promotes negativity. And there's a big difference between descriptive writing and prescriptive writing. The Bible describes all sorts of stories that are wrong and harmful and negative, but then it prescribes and instructs us to do the opposite. For example, there's a story about King David, the same David that played the harp for Saul. There's a story in the Bible that describes David committing adultery. Now, because the Bible describes David committing adultery, does that mean I can go and commit adultery? No, it doesn't. If you finish the story, you will see that there was consequence for David. David suffered because of that decision. And if you read the Bible all the way through, you will see that God prescribes faithfulness. God instructs us to be committed to our spouses and condemns adultery. And so I say all that to highlight how I believe it's possible for an artist to describe negativity without promoting it. And I feel like a lot of us have been almost hypnotized into compromising our character, and we'll tell ourselves that these lyrics are good because it's just art. And what happens is we'll rehearse things over and over, and over time they literally become our identity. We see this in the rap community, the hip hop community all the time. People have begun to glorify guns, drugs, promiscuity, and we would never promote this lifestyle to our children. And many of the artists are incredibly talented and their skills are undeniable, but to act as if in order to be creative, you have to cross lines of morality is an absolute lie. And I want to encourage you to explore the wide landscape of artists and music that is truly good and healthy for your soul. And I can testify that worship music, Christian hip hop, Christian rap, Christian pop have played a vital role in my life because the Bible instructs us to praise God in song and to meditate on his law and his teachings day and night. And good music will help you do that. And I believe we're in a renaissance of music. And if we lean into what God is doing in that space, I believe that not only can we see change in our lives individually, but we can also see incredible change in our communities. And yeah, man, I know what it's like. I remember when I first started my journey with God and my walk with Christ, I was feeling very convicted about some of the things that I was listening to. And I reached out to some people, I got some recommendations, and I discovered a whole world of music that I was completely unaware of. I believe, just because somebody has good intentions to make a good song doesn't necessarily make it good. We want quality. That's a non-negotiable. And I promise you, there are amazing, incredible artists out there that do not promote debauchery, that have not compromised their character, that are godly, that are true inspirations and role models. And yeah, tap in. I got you. Let's get it. Let's change the narrative. Love y'all. More topics like this coming soon.